I am awesome. Super excited that you are here. And I'm going to quickly get us um onto Facebook. We're gonna go live. So 2 seconds. While I do this. Live Q&A session. Beautiful. Okay, now live stream. Continue. This is very exciting. Okay, and go live. Okay, we are live. How exciting. Okay, so what's really cool is we had actually quite a few people. Um, oh, that didn't work. Um, Reach out about Tuesdays. They really liked it. So that was super cool,
It's always great when the message gets across.
right? So that's why I love doing these, is because you never know who's going to pop on or where they're going to pop on, which is really cool. Okay, so let me share my screen with you. Okay, do you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so welcome everybody. Catherine Bell with Titan Impact Group, and we have David here with Streamline Companies. And what's super cool is we had started Tuesday, we had a conversation. And so if you missed it, make sure you go back and you can go to my YouTube channel and you can watch the replay of it, which was really great, and learn more about David and what he does with commercial medical office space, which any of you who follow me long enough, you know that's one of my favorite things, one of my favorite asset classes. So it's very cool to connect with David around this. And we're going to be doing some projects together. So I wanted all of you to get to know him and to understand, spend some time just hearing more about what he does and his philosophy and his heart, more importantly, because really it comes down to, for me, leaving every person, property, and community better than we found them. And again, going back to Titan Impact Group. So Titan being the Sentinels of the American Dream. And David, you definitely have lived that for sure. Making an impact not only inside of what you do, investing wise, but also outside of this. We talked a little about that, and we'll dig into that a little bit. And of course, group, which is the piece of creating investments so that other people can plug into them and create those passive streams of income to help mitigate the risk from the 5Ds: death, divorce, diagnosis, downsized, and being dumped. So that's why I love, and I'm super excited to be doing projects and deals and stuff with you. So, with that, let's go ahead and jump in. And again, my most of my investors are women,
Mhm.
and or versions of their husbands. So I got some really great men that invest with us. But my focus is women, and women teaching families how to create those passive streams of income and without burnout, right? Like that's the big thing that what got me into investing in this was because going from working 80 hours a week and to having to take care of my sick husband, my twins, all that. And then for you, not that you were burnt out, you had, well, initially retired, but then now call it a sabbatical. And then, fell off the horse and everything, but now you're back at it and, showing people what we do. So here's what's really cool is the whole we don't have to do it alone piece. And that's where I love your heart. So, with that, just share with us your experience. Again, more about why. And as people come on and ask questions or whatever, we'll get them answered. But in the meantime, you and I'll just continue this conversation, like why it's so important that you structure your deals to be a who, that I always talked about that book, Who, Not How. You're the who that knows how to do this type of investment. So, why don't we just talk about, like, for a minute, like, why that's so important to you? Like why? Because you could do this all completely on your own.
I could, and I did for many, many years. The first probably 5 years of our development and investing experience was truly our money. And then as deals got larger, it was necessary to bring in outside investors into our deals. But as you spoke about earlier, the falling off the horse. I mean, I was thrown off the horse. It was a near-death experience. It's what caused me to look at my life and what had been going on throughout the first 25 years of my career at that point and say, hey, what are we really doing here? Why are we doing it? So after I took some time away from the business and working, I really miss that passion and becoming the who to help others. That is what gave me the motivation to come out of sabbatical, as we're going to call it, to really help others build generational wealth, long-term wealth, passive income, great tax advantages without the burden of having them do it themselves. So people love the idea of real estate, but not necessarily all the day-to-day headaches that go with it. Not only the property management, the tenants, toilets, and trash, but also taking out a mortgage. It's kind of daunting sometimes to take out $1 million, $2 million, $4 million, $8 million mortgage. And nobody steps right into that role. So over the 29 years of my experience now, I've come to the philosophy of, hey, I'm here to help others learn how to do this. And the best way to get involved in real estate as an investor for the first time is to go with somebody that has the experience. You may build up the track record and the knowledge on your own to do deals on your own. Let me help you at least understand how to do them through our philosophy, the streamlined process, as we call it here at the Streamline Companies.
Right? So, which leads into this smart, safe, and meaningful investing. So, let's talk about that and why this is so important.
Well, you always want to be smart with your money, right? Nobody cares more about your money than you. Well,
Right?
well, because we're investing alongside our investors, we have the same philosophy and the same targets and goals together. So when we do bring a deal to market and raise capital with investors, we're telling them, hey, we're in this alongside you, with you, and even taking some greater risk because we're the ones taking on the mortgage. We're the ones taking on the day-to-day responsibilities. Now, that being said, people can do that themselves as they learn, they grow, and they expand their own business. But trust a proven operator, and I believe after 29 years of experience, I've proven that.
Right. Yeah. And then the whole meaningful investing. I love this. Let's talk about that for a section, which leads into legacy.
Absolutely. So the meaningful investing, as you talked about leaving the communities better than we found them, we love buying value add buildings. We love the buildings that are 20 to 40 years old. Go in there if they're in have good bones to begin with. We go in there and make the community better by investing in that property, putting in capital improvements, making it a place that's better for the community, better for the tenants in the building, and ultimately something that's going to leave a little legacy behind us.
So important. And then here's the other piece is like going back to the deeper level of legacy, in that, if money is like oxygen, the more we have, the easier it is to breathe. And the more we have, the easier we can breathe, the bigger the difference in the world we can make. So if that's true, then where is it that you're spending your time to make that impact? Where's the difference you're making in the world? Because that's
Yeah.
the conversation where we've really connected.
So I am board chairman of Oakwood Creative Care, which is a 50-year-old nonprofit based in Mesa, Arizona. Oakwood is a series of day clubs that serve people suffering with Alzheimer's, dementia, and other cognitive disabilities. I do that in honor of my grandmother, who was my head coach growing up. And ultimately, at the end of her life, she didn't know who I was because she suffered with this horrible disease. So I give a lot of my time, energy, and money back to Oakwood Creative Care Especially right now, you're going to find out soon. We're announcing a new location that Oakwood is going to be opening in Chandler to serve even more people. It's going to be their biggest facility, their best facility. And right now, every day, I'm on site with our construction crews, making that into a reality.
That is so incredible. Again, that's again, why we do what we do, right? Like everything is to make that impact. I love that.
Yeah,
So,
and not everybody can give their money. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that. Give your
and your
time.
time and your
Eh,
talents,
Yes, exactly.
right? Like I love that. So awesome. So here's some questions. So some questions are, what if I've never done this before? Is it too late to start? I hear that a lot. I don't know if you do.
Well, the best time to invest is yesterday. The
Right.
next best time is today. So the longer you wait in investing into your future, the longer it's going to take to get to your goals. So it's
Right.
never too late to start.
Yeah. And then what's the minimum investment that you generally require?
Ours is $50,000 from an accredited investor. That's a whole SEC regulation. We
Let's
can
talk about what that is for a sec, just for people who don't may not know.
absolutely. So accredited investor as an SEC rule, which we're governed by the SEC. It is a minimum of $200,000 of income per person, per single over the last 2 years, or $300,000 per couple. An option also is to have one of the series license, Series 7, 63, 65, or $1 million of net worth, not including your personal residence. So people that have an IRA from another company or have socked away money somewhere, that $1 million qualifies you as an accredited investor to be able to do these private deals. And here's what I don't like about that rule. What's the difference between an attorney that makes $150,000 a year and an 18-year-old that inherits $1 million?
Right.
Who's really more accredited? I would say the attorney is, but he doesn't qualify according to the SEC rules.
Right.
Now, I don't like the rules. I just have to play by them and
And
figure out the best way to help our people.
right. Yeah. It is what it is. Okay, so how can I trust this investment approach? So let's talk about investing with like deals like ours and these medical versus like, you know, why don't I just put my money into the stock market, like into my 401k?
Well, the stock market is at an all-time high right now. The S&P has been breaking records as well. All predictions are in the stock market that over the next couple years, they're only going to return 3 to 4% return on your investment.
Wow.
Yes. So just recently, I believe this week, President Trump announced that people will be able to utilize 401k investments to
Yep.
go into alternative investments like real estate. So having an opportunity to get into a private placement deal like ours opens your doors to greater returns. And again, because we're investing side by side with you, there is the fact of how you can trust it. We underwrite deals not to lose money because we don't want to lose our own money as we're asking people to join us on this journey.
Right.
And being different from a REIT, you don't really own the real estate. You own a stock certificate. In private placement deals like ours, you actually own a percentage of the building, which allows you to capture bonus depreciation and additional tax write-offs that come along with owning real estate like ours. The IRS does not reward you for being successful. They penalize you, they tax you more. The IRS rewards you for having a strategic playbook, playing by their rules, and utilizing everything possible to increase your wealth, increase your returns by bonus depreciation, cost segregation reports. It's very important. It's very technical, but it's really not. And that's what we look to do is we look to educate our investors on how this takes place. And ultimately, if you have a CPA, they're going to be able to coach you through it as well.
Right, which is so important. So having team members, what would you say over the years has been the most important team members for you to have as an investor?
Oh, wow. My repeat investors. because they have trusted me, trusted the approach, and have repeatedly invested with me in numerous deals over my 29-year career.
Right. And with them, who do you believe is like some of the most important people for them to have on their team? I mean, other than people like you and I.
Always have a good CPA on your team, always have a wealth advisor, always have a financial planner, and also some estate planning should be in place as well.
So when you're vetting those people to, pay them to help for those services, what are some of the criteria that you use when you're vetting those people?
When I'm vetting our consultants,
Yeah.
well, we always recommend consultants that we've worked with over a number of years, who we trust, who we believe in. However, if it's an individual who has their own consultants that are coming to them, I want to make sure their consultants understand what a private placement really is, because there's a lot of people that don't, even in the professional world of accounting.
Yep. So I know for me, one of the important criteria for me to always ask them is what do they invest in? What have they invested in? Because I think one of the worst things we can do is take advice from people who have never actually done what they're giving advice on.
Great
Right?
point.
Like
Yes.
if for them it's a theory versus somebody who actually has actual experience. And that to me is like, I don't know. To me, that's paramount. Like,
Agreed. If you've never done something before, who are you to give advice on it?
right? So important. That drives me crazy. Um, so we can go into what our community stuff says. But here's the thing. I know people are going to have more questions. And David, I know you and I are going to be doing some things together. So we'll be doing some other webinars and teaching more about the medical um, investments and stuff, which I really, really, really love. So if people have more questions, obviously you can go to meetcatherinebell.com and you can schedule a call, or you can go to catherinebell.ai and have a conversation with her because she's going to have all the information about these investments and stuff, which is really cool. And we also have free guides. So you can reach out to myself. I'll also have links for David. David, where can they find you?
I'm all over the place. I'm on LinkedIn, David J. Hrizak. I answer every one of my own emails personally, djh at thestreamlinecompanies.com. And my cell phone is on 24 hours a day, 630-247-8122. I know it's crazy to do that, but I want to be here. I want to help you.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I hope you turned off at night.
I don't.
Oh, goodness. Well, I've learned over the years I have, but that's, I'll get to them in the morning. I'm not a doctor or a brain surgeon or heart surgeon. Nobody's going to die.
Yeah, typically I don't get very many phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning. I may get some emails, and
Which that's fine.
you'd be surprised on how many emails I've answered at 3 in the morning just because I happen to wake up, and people are shocked to get a response right away, thinking it's a robot. I said,
Oh
nope,
my gosh.
it's me.
That's hilarious. Okay, one more thing to know. So David, you're amazing. I'm looking forward to doing some really cool things with you. And just thank you from the bottom of my heart for your community and the difference that you're making in the world, not only through the investments, but really like by serving these communities with the Alzheimer community. This is a really big deal for you and I, given that, having family that has gone through that. So just thank you. Thank you for being amazing. You're
Well,
extraordinary.
I thank you, Catherine. Remember, as we spoke on Tuesday during the Raise Fest, you touched me, motivated me, and moved me more than any other speaker during that 3-day event.
I love that. That matters. And more importantly, it's what you did with it, right? Like to motivate you is one thing. I always tell my kids, I don't care what you know, I only care what you do. So the fact that you've taken that and you've actually like catapulted it, moving it forward for all the things, that's really, really, really cool. So thank you for that.
It's always great to have a plan, but if you don't put a plan in action, it's just a piece of paper on a desk.
Right? So wish.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, well, thank you. You're amazing. I hope you have an extraordinary day and we're heading into an amazing weekend. And the temperatures come down a bit. So hopefully we'll enjoy it even more. So again, thank you, David, for, just your heart and for being extraordinary.
Thank you, Catherine. Look forward to staying in touch with you and helping anybody that we can.
Love it. Okay. We'll talk to you
Bye-bye.
later. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.